Soil itself. Healthy soil is the cornerstone of a thriving garden. Heavy clay soil, compost, bigger harvests, and the satisfaction of knowing you're doing your part for the environment. So, let's get started on this composting journey. Your garden will thank you, and you'll reap the rewards of your efforts. Nature's fertilizer is waiting for you. Embrace the power of compost and watch your garden thrive like never before. Slow down the decomposition process, leaving you with a pile of dry, unbroken materials. Aim for a 50-50 mix, give or take, and your compost will be cooking in no time. Regularly turning your compost pile and keeping it moist will also help speed up the process. With a little patience and the right balance of materials, you'll have rich, dark compost ready to nourish your garden in no time. Circulate. It's all about creating space within the pile. This means incorporating materials that naturally create air pockets. Start by choosing a compost bin with plenty of ventilation holes. These holes allow air to flow in and out, keeping the compost well aerated. Then, when you're building your pile, layer your materials like a lasagna: browns, greens, browns, and so on. Browns are carbon-rich materials like dried leaves and straw, while greens are nitrogen-rich materials like kitchen scraps and grass clippings. This creates air pockets that allow oxygen to flow freely. These pockets are essential for the aerobic bacteria to thrive and do their job efficiently. And don't forget to turn your compost regularly. Turning the pile introduces fresh oxygen and helps to mix the materials, ensuring even decomposition. This is crucial for keeping things aerated and preventing any funky smells. Regular turning also helps to break down larger pieces of organic matter, speeding up the composting process. Think of it as giving your compost pile a good stir. It helps distribute oxygen evenly and speeds up the decomposition process. By maintaining proper aeration, you'll create a healthy, efficient compost pile that produces rich, fertile soil for your garden. In the end, the effort you put into aerating your compost will pay off with a bountiful garden. Healthy compost leads to healthy plants, and healthy plants lead to a thriving garden. So remember, keep your compost breathing, and it will reward you with the best soil you've ever had. We've talked about food and air, but there's another crucial ingredient for successful composting: moisture. Just like Goldilocks and her porridge, you need to find the sweet spot. Not too wet, not too dry, but just right. Too much moisture, and your compost pile will become waterlogged, creating an environment where harmful bacteria thrive. It'll start to smell like rotten eggs, and the decomposition process will slow down significantly. Think of it like trying to breathe underwater. Not ideal for those hard-working microorganisms. On the other hand, if your compost is too dry, it won't decompose properly either. The microorganisms need moisture to survive and break down the organic matter. It's like trying to grow plants in a desert. Without water, nothing thrives. So, how do you find the perfect balance? A simple squeeze test will do the trick. Grab a handful of compost and squeeze. It should feel like a wrung-out sponge, damp but not dripping. If it's too wet, add more browns to absorb excess moisture. Too dry? Mist it with water or add more greens.